So what do we do next? Now we know what the end looks like. So now I'm going to take you back to the beginning and we're going to assess the situation. And so on page 19, you have a lot of questions to think about. And when you go through them, some of them will apply to your current situation, some won't, but there's questions that you'll use throughout I guess, your process of really getting familiar with influential conversations. At times you will use many or any of these. So when you're thinking about assessing the situation, think about what will motivate that other person in the situation. So if we go back to getting the scholarship approved, that could be an emotional achievement, or someone, that, wants to really give back to the community. It would allow them to give back to the community, right? You have to think about what's in it for that person. What reasons might influence them, and really thinking about your audience. And we don't do enough about thinking about our audiences. We're so wrapped up in worry, right? We're so wrapped up in fear. Remember, as fear goes up, the ability for your prefrontal cortex to think strategically goes down, right? So it's kind of doing this, right? But we want to get the fear up and the strategy, or the fear down and the strategy up. And so really think about what might influence them. And then maybe at times there could be incentives or offers, especially if you're negotiating. Really think about your negotiation power. What can you take away or apply pressure? And that sounds a little direct, right? But sometimes we're in a compliance situation. We're influencing, but at the end of the day, there's a compliance situation. They are going to have to get on board, right? But we're going to start with influence to get them there. And sometimes that means we have to apply a little pressure. And that could be, if your competencies don't develop, this could be, a result of a performance plan or something like that. What are their primary interests? What are their concerns in that situation? And how can you address their key interest, their concerns, their frustration before you bring up your own, right? We do this too in conversation, especially in high stakes. We're going to go in and we're going to tell them how we're going to do it. And we're going to tell them what we want. That is so directive. It's so old school. It doesn't work. If you really think about influencing, you're going in, you let them know why you're there, and then you start to very early hear and listen from them. If you listen to negotiators, I love the mastermind. I can't think of the gentleman's name, but in master class, there's a gentleman who teaches negotiation. And he's always talking about, really letting them kind of talk through their needs, right? So that you can address those. So very similar here. Oh, Chris Voss. There you go. All right. Oh my gosh. So everyone knows Chris Voss. I'm so glad that we were able to answer that. Good job, guys. You will never have all the answers, but collectively we will always have them together. And I truly believe that. And all of you guys just proved that to me today. So we also want to think about what points are we open to their ideas? What points are you not willing to be flexible? And here's something that's really important. What should you not say or do? Because it could escalate, distract, or upset someone. Now, I'm going to put a little asterisk on that, a little extra something. Don't ever walk away from telling the truth. We don't tell the truth enough in the workplace. I could give you example after example after example of a collective group of people who knew the right answer, and an executive was so strong in their opinions, the team let them drive the bus off the cliff because they were too scared to tell the truth. We've got to create environments where people tell the truth, whether it's popular or not popular. But be sure you think about what not to say or how to say it. But again, never walk away from truth telling in the business setting. It could impact businesses by millions and millions of dollars. Has anyone ever been afraid to tell the truth to their boss, knowing that if you told the truth, you could prevent something, but you still didn't say it because you were like, oh, they're not going to like the truth. I'm just going to keep it to myself. And you knew where it was going. I can say yes to that. Yeah. So, oh yeah, absolutely. And if you can create an environment where people truth telling, your business will skyrocket because people know what to do, right? But we're not willing to always listen to it. So leadership change. So fear takes over. Yeah, right. So especially if there's a new leader, or a leader has a pet project they're really passionate about and they're very determined to think about it in their way, then the team doesn't always tell them the truth.